OP decides to divorce her husband over an emotional affair. OP's STBX makes a post denying any responsibility. I don't know if ages are required or relevant here, but I'm 29. My husband is 29. His colleague is 36. Her husband is 34. My husband and I have been together for 4 years. I love him very much, and even now that I want a divorce, I still love him. I found out about 3 months ago about his colleague when I visited his office, and she was there. Apparently, they have been working together for 5 years, and they're very good friends. Yet I never heard about her until I saw her. Something didn't feel right at all. Now I was paying more attention to his texting habits. And yes, he does text her almost every evening and a few times a day on weekends, or when he's working from home or on vacation. I asked him why I never heard about this good friend of his, and he said we rarely talked about work since I never understood his field. I hate playing games, so I told him it was still odd that I'd never heard about someone with whom he is in daily contact. He gave me his phone and said that they haven't been in constant daily contact, but it comes in waves when she's having troubles at home. I read their conversations, and there's a lot of joking around, calling each other cute names. She was complaining about her sexual life jokingly. She was asking intimate questions about me, her asking if I threw a good birthday party to him. His birthday was on June 14th. This text stuck with me because he was texting her at the party, and she answered, "You must be bored at your own party, or you wouldn't be texting me instead of being with her." I told him that I didn't find this back and forth texting appropriate, and I considered it flirting. He was taken aback, but said he would stop if it bothered me so much. A month later, it started gradually again, and I showed him that I wasn't happy about it. This time, he came home with her to let her reassure me that nothing was happening between them. She was very ironic and disrespectful according to me. That's her sense of humor according to him. She was smirking and basically telling me that if I had low self-esteem and felt threatened by their friendship, it wasn't her fault. When she left, I told my husband that I never wanted to see or hear anything from or about her anymore, and that if he would rather have her as a friend than me as a wife, he should say so. They stopped texting. We had a 3-week vacation, and we spent it in Santorini. She probably texted 2-3 times a day. He answered her at the end of the day, when I was in the shower or something. When I asked him why, he said she had marriage problems. I asked him if he was a marriage counselor on top of his career, and he just laughed it off. When we came back home from Santorini, we still had 1 week of vacation left. We went for dinner and a movie she probably knew because she was at the same restaurant later. We exchanged hellos, and she asked if we wanted to join them. I said yes. She was very pleasant and asked about our vacation, touching my husband in a friendly way. I then asked how it was with them because I'd heard from my husband that they were having marriage problems. All three froze. Her husband asked what? Who said that? And I answered that it was my husband who told me. My husband tried to explain with some dumb excuses, and I said, "But you showed me the texts she sent every day about her having problems, and I was sorry if I got the wrong idea." She looked very angrily at my husband. When we got home, he told me that I was out of line. I had enough by then. I asked him if they had slept together, and he said only once before he even met me. I told him that I wanted a divorce because I thought they were having an affair. At least an emotional one. He denied it and called me silly for wanting a divorce over texts with a friend. Now I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks, and I'm adamant about my decision. I want a divorce. We're not fighting, but I asked him to move to the living room, and I have refused intimacy and any type of physical connection. I spend more time out of the apartment. Work out, and take long walks. I spend a lot of time in a library or at the movies alone, and when I come home, I've already eaten dinner. I just take a shower and go to bed. I have spoken to my mother about everything I've written here. She thinks I'm making a big fuss about nothing, and my in-laws have heard about me asking for divorce from my husband, and they also think I'm making a big fuss. I haven't told anyone else yet because I'm not prepared to hear how immature and rushed my decision is. He has tried to talk about compromise. Stop being her friend, do marriage counseling, and even find another job or move to another city. But my guts are telling me something is very off, and that marriage shouldn't be this hard, especially this early. Notable comments. I would be feeling the exact same way. Trust has been lost. Respect for you has been lost. And the fact that he brought her to your home so you could meet her. I'm glad you got those comments in with her husband. Good luck with your future. I am positive you'll be much better off, and I'm sending good vibes. OP, I thought that too. He's known her for 5 years and me for 4 years, and yet I never heard of her until 3 months ago. Someone so close to him that she could openly discuss her sexual life with. No, I'm confused about why they were upset when you brought up marriage problems. Did she expect him not to share things with his wife? I don't know. Divorce seems rushed if you still love him. OP. She probably didn't know he told me, or that she wasn't discussing problems in her marriage with her own husband because he looked dumbfounded. Damn girl, that's a queen move with the restaurant scene. You got them like deer in headlights. IMO, you're doing the most mature thing a scorned wife could ever do. And outing them in front of her husband was a good move. Maybe it wasn't intentional on your part, but still, that's the best way to do it. It's never too early for divorce. You had a gut feeling, and it turned out right. Your mom and in-law were just speaking as moms would. But I'm rooting for you, OP. You deserve a good ma. OP. I was provoked by the touching, like they were on a date, and she and her husband were chaperones or something. This woman is after your husband, and he's obviously not opposed to it. You're completely right. OP. This was what I told him in one of our last talks. She's after him. And he's at worst reciprocating her feelings, and at best just enjoying the attention. Even then, the best is far from what I'm comfortable with. He said he is neither, and I told him that he should stop lying to himself, because I'm not buying it. At least have the decency to be truthful to yourself. Why don't you let him just cut contact with her if he offered to save your marriage? If that friendship is the only thing that's affecting your marriage, if he gets rid of her, there will be no problem. Isn't marriage supposed to be until death, not problems do you apart? OP. He had 4 years to cut contact on his own, and 3 months with me asking him. Is there anything that he can do at this point to repair the relationship? OP. He is denying everything. Maybe if he took responsibility for some of his questionable actions. But no, he's playing 100% innocent. He's having an affair at worst, or enjoying their flirting at best. He doesn't want to admit even that. Is he still trying to backpedal and get you back even now? OP he is. And he isn't giving me anything to work with. Deny, deny, deny. At least admit to someone small that you're enjoying their attention. But no. He's so innocent. And I have asked him about when he slept with her. She's been married for 12 years. So if it truly was just that one time, I don't buy it. He basically slept with a married woman. I thought he had better morals. I might have missed it. But did you say how your husband responded when she made a joke about him being bored at his party? I really don't think you're being rash or making a big fuss, because your husband has been so disrespectful towards you and your marriage by letting this woman take jabs at you, and not telling you from the beginning about this friendship and their past relationship. I hope you are doing okay, and I'm so sorry you're going through this. OP, every time she makes a joke, where I'm at the bottom of it, he just doesn't answer. It wasn't just about the party. It happened multiple times, but the party stuck with me because I spent hours in the kitchen making delicious tapas for 25 people. And I thought he was happy because he's a foodie. OP's STBX posted his take here. He originally looked for sympathy, but he finds none in the comments. My wife is leaving because she thinks I'm unfaithful to my married coworker. I'm not. She wrote a post here that went viral. And now she has all the reassurance she needs to believe that she's doing the right thing. She's the kindest, gentlest, funniest, and most beautiful girl I've ever met. And I'm all hers. I love her, and I've never loved anyone like her. I'm her mind, body, heart, and soul. Everyone who knows us is shocked. Everyone who's seen us together and been around us is saying that she's lost her marbles. Yet she trusted internet strangers to tell her I'm bad news. Notable comments. You the dude who brought home the married coworker to gaslight your wife. The one who continued to text the coworker even after she told you it was making her uncomfortable. The guy who slept with this married coworker before your wife met you. Yeah dude, that's a F ton of nope from me. STBX. That was so stupid, and I apologized. Being stupid and being a cheater are not the same. Honestly man, if you're not actually physically cheating, you're 100% emotionally cheating. STBX. What does emotionally cheating mean? I have no feelings for my coworker. Not even before I met my wife. She didn't tell me she was married, and we had sex on my first day at work. I was 24. I have no feelings for my coworker. We had sex on my first day at work. Pick one. It sounds like you felt something, even if it was just little you calling the shots. STBX. I was explaining why I married a married woman. I didn't know she was married. You can do things without having any feelings for them. You Burnt Toast pointed out this one, which I think is the most telling. Did you make this post to try to change your wife's mind? STBX. Yes. I love her, and I've never loved anyone like her. But you didn't love her enough to respect her boundaries, so you didn't text your coworker anymore. She said you offered to move jobs or even cities. You're only offering that because she said she was leaving you? Why is it that men only understand women when the consequences of their behavior come back around and smack them in the face? You've made your bed. Now you know what you must do. STBX. I wasn't thinking in terms of boundaries, and I'm sorry for that. I just know my own feelings, and I thought my wife had no reason to doubt my love or worry about anyone else. She's all I think of. I thought she knew this. I then asked how it was with them, because I'd heard from my husband that they were having marriage problems. All three froze. Her husband asked what? Who said that? And I answered that it was my husband who told me. Hey OP, what was this all about? STBX. I was surprised that my wife would discuss someone else's private business the first time she met them. That's not her. Have you stopped talking to the woman to start? And have you told her husband the truth? I believe your wife told you to do so. STBX. Yes. And started looking for new jobs. I have been going on interviews, and I'm going on a few more next week. I haven't told the husband no. I thought his wife should be the one telling him. Out of respect. They also have small children. Your wife asked you to tell the husband, but you're too much of a coward to do it. Have you even told your coworker to tell her husband she cheated on him, or you will? STBX. Not a coward. I have respect for him. His wife should be the one telling him. You're a home wrecker and emotional cheater with gaslighting to boot. It isn't from stupidity. It is from your ongoing choices. Stupidity was what first happened. Your choice was when you allowed it to keep going, knowing how your wife felt. You dug your grave, now lie in it. You don't even realize how much of an emotional affair you had. It doesn't have to be physical. You snuck around texting this woman and hanging out with her, and your wife asked you to stop. It's about boundaries. Your coworker clearly wanted you. You should never need to talk to another woman 247. That woman was just as wrong and clearly was lying to you about her married life to keep talking to you. Which you found out when her husband responded to your wife. If you had no feelings, you would have respected your wife and cut this woman off. But you couldn't stop and snuck around. That's an emotional affair. STBX. This is not true. I never spent any time with her outside of work. And yeah, I could have answered a few texts from her. Not on a daily basis, and never behind my wife's back. I just felt awkward, ignoring all the texts. Is it possible that this coworker has strong feelings for you? That would explain your coworker's behavior, as well as your ex's suspicion of you cheating. STBX, maybe. Or maybe she just wants an affair, because she's not satisfied with her sex life. Notable comments on OP's post after STBX posted. I know you're not changing your mind, but what's he done so far to rectify the situation? Has he cut her off or not? Is he telling her all about his problems with you, since apparently they bonded over that? Has he told her husband that she cheated on him with your husband? OP. He's not doing anything to rectify the situation. He's just denying any wrongdoing. Not even acknowledging that he was enjoying her friendship and/or the attention he's getting from her. That's not the way to solve problems. You must at least confess to a lesser charge to be credible. He's panicking and begging, and it's hard to experience because I'm not heartless, I love him, and I hate seeing him in pain. Is he still trying to win you back? OP. Yes, he is panicking and very distraught. I feel sorry, but I can't help him. He must understand that this is over, and the best way to do it is to be firm. You don't think his leaving the job and blocking her with some counseling is worth trying? OP. I don't want this type of relationship, TBH. I don't want to be the one telling him this is wrong. I don't want someone who doesn't take my feelings seriously until it's too late either. It's the most difficult decision I've ever taken, and it hurts so much because I miss him. But sometimes we need to take difficult decisions. She set her boundaries multiple times, and he still violated them and even gaslit her. That's enough. OP. I don't want to have a husband who can't see how wrong keeping a friendship with someone you've had history with from his girlfriend or wife for years is. And I don't want to have a husband who doesn't do right until everything is lost. Thank you for watching the video.